Hey, how's it going YouTube? I'm back in the video, and today I'm going to be talking about will LeBron James ever be able to lead the Los Angeles Lakers to an NBA Finals. Now what I mean by this is pretty much going to be like, can LeBron James ever be able to, while he's with the Lakers for the next 3 years on his contract, since he just played 1 year of it, can he ever lead the Los Angeles Lakers to an NBA Finals or at least a Finals push? Can he do it? I'll be going into like what the Lakers ceiling is, what LeBron can still do as a player by himself, and just how good the future could look for the Los Angeles Lakers in general, and whether or not I think that he can push them to the finals or not. So without further ado, without rambling on too much, just get right into this video. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to be getting into for this video is going to be, can LeBron still carry them? LeBron's entire career, he's been able to just easily carry all of his teams to at least the playoffs and get pretty deep into playoffs just by himself alone. As we've seen, he carried the Cleveland Cavaliers into the finals last year and was able to not win a game, but was very competitive in a few games in that final series. And LeBron leaves for 1 year, and now the team is back to being absolute trash. So we've seen LeBron just be able to completely carry and completely make a huge difference. But the problem with that is, yes, he can still carry them, as he was the 4th seed. He had the Lakers at the 4th seed for a very long time. The problem is that he can no longer do it at the effect that he used to be able to, because now he has to stay fully healthy. He can't be hurt at all. And he also has to rely on his players to be a lot more healthy. As before, it didn't matter. As long as LeBron was healthy, the team could get carried. It didn't matter. But now that when Lonzo Ball got injured, Kyle Kuzma got injured a little bit, Rajon Rondo, he got injured a little bit. After LeBron even came back from his injury, we saw that, he cannot carry them just by himself. Now, yes, he can do it. If everybody's healthy, he can easily lead the team to the playoffs, as they were comfortably in the 4th seed before LeBron did get hurt and before Lonzo did get hurt. So, they were comfortably in the playoffs for a long time and midway through the season. But, the second LeBron goes down, and by the time he came back, Lonzo Ball has suffered a season-ending injury, which resulted in him, they really never got back on track after that. You do combine that with the Anthony Davis trade, and how everybody thought they were going to get traded, and then they all knew that they weren't, they weren't just going to stay there for a long term, and the Lakers didn't see them as long-term fits for their team, so that kind of hurt the chemistry a lot. But still, when LeBron James came back, he could never get them back on track, and they just never went back to the way that they used to be. So yes, his ability to carry a team is still there, but it's not as strong as it used to be, and I highly doubt in a heavily contested West that he will be able to do what he was able to do in the East. Because, let's be honest, if you put this Lakers team fully healthy into the East, and just move a team like the Cavs out of it or whatever, you could still make a very big case that this team could beat the Celtics or even Milwaukee. You probably could if they were fully healthy, especially because they have LeBron on the team. So LeBron can still carry the team, but to the effect that he used to be able to, probably not, especially because he's getting older and his skill level is going to slowly but surely be dropping over the next few years just because of how he's getting older. But now my second reason for this video is going to be, how much stronger can the team actually get through free agency this year? As free agency is going to be a huge factor among if this team is going to be a playoff contender, finals contender, or anything like that. Because I personally think, even if they don't add anyone in free agency, they're still going to be a legit playoff contender. But there's been a lot of rumors about them possibly getting huge free agents like KD, maybe even Kyrie Irving, or even Kemba Walker, among a lot of other free agents they could definitely get their hands on, especially with having LeBron James. But right now they do have enough cap space to offer one max free agent, and any of those max free agents would be huge additions to the team. But after they add that, then they could add maybe some good veteran players, or keep the ones that they have. As Rajon Rondo did say, he might want to sign with the Lakers again long term. If they want him back, he will resign with the Lakers. So they'll be getting Rondo, who's still a very good backup point guard for the team. And if they're able to add a superstar, which is looking less and less likely every single day, but if they do manage to add a superstar through this free agency, that'd be a huge addition. But assuming that they don't get a huge free agent, because a lot of teams are probably realizing, okay, maybe that's kind of a toxic environment over there. Magic Johnson just left. There's a ton of drama and stuff around with Luke Walton and all of them, tons of drama. Maybe those superstars are gonna be like, okay, maybe I don't want to go here. So that's possibly going to be affecting what the stars do in free agency, especially at least decisions among the Lakers. So, I wouldn't be surprised at all if they don't sign any in it. They could potentially sign a whole bunch of good role players, don't get me wrong, or next level players like Tobias Harris or someone like that. But I mean, I really just don't think that they are going to get that much better through free agency. Yes, they're probably going to have a better team than they had this year, but I mean, I highly doubt they get that much better through free agency. I could be very wrong, but I just don't know. I really do think this team, like, free agency will not be how they do get better. But now my third reason is going to be, how high is this team's ceiling? Like, how much higher can they develop and improve than they are right now? Well, I mean, LeBron, he's currently at the top of his career and regressing. Like, he's only going to be getting worse from here. He's probably not going to get any better, but he's probably only going to get worse from here, which is not a good sign for the Lakers. While Lonzo, Brandon Ingram, Kyle Kuzma, Josh Hart, and some other players, they're still developing a lot and still have pretty far ways to go, especially players like Lonzo and Kuzma. Kuzma probably has the highest ceiling, then Lonzo, then Brandon Ingram. So, I mean, those three are still developing and improving, and they can definitely improve by a lot. But I mean, while they have very high ceilings and tons of room to still improve, the rest of their team does not. As I mean, JaVale McGee, Lance Stevenson, Rajon Rondo, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, and all those players like that, they're pretty much at their ceilings, and they're about as good as they're going to get. So I mean, pretty much, unless Lonzo, Kuzma, and Ingram, unless they make huge jumps in development over these next few years, this is probably the best we're going to see them. They're going to get a little bit better. They're going to add some role players in free agency. They're going to get better as they develop, but I mean, LeBron's be getting worse at the same time, and so are the veterans that they currently have. So I highly doubt that this team is going to be getting much better just from development on itself. But now my fourth reason is going to be, how strong will the West be in the future? Because how strong a conference is a huge factor among whether this team is going to be successful or not. Because I mean, the East was pretty weak for a long time, and still it wasn't even near as strong as it was last year as it was this year, or as it is this year. So that was a big reason why the Cavs were able to make that push and make it to the finals. But now, I mean, how strong is the West going to be in the future? Well, I mean, the Golden State Warriors next year could possibly be suffering huge losses, and potentially Kevin Durant or Klay Thompson, as both of those players are very, very likely not to leave, but I mean, do have big high probabilities. If they don't get paid what they want to get paid, they're going to leave. And KD might be leaving regardless of what happens, as I mean, if they do lose him, he will be a huge loss, as KD's been pretty much carrying the Warriors this playoffs, and have just been going off. And he's pretty much the reason why they've been so not dominant this playoffs, but the reason they've been winning their series and winning games this series is because Kevin Durant is just unguardable. I mean, Steph Curry's been doing good, yeah, Klay Thompson's been doing good, Draymond's been doing his thing, but Kevin Durant has been the X factor for the Warriors. No, like, that's no question. Without Kevin Durant, they would be nowhere near the level that they currently are. Now say Kevin Durant resigns, but they lose Klay Thompson, because one of them is leaving no matter what. And then they lose Klay Thompson, that's going to be a very big miss, because now they're losing one of the best shooters in the entire league, maybe the second best shooter, shooter in the entire league. Steph Curry's right-hand man for the past 5-6 years now. He's going to have to try to work on another two guards, so I mean, it's going to hurt them quite a lot. And plus, they're most likely not going to have DeMarcus Cousins next year, as the deal that they will be able to sign him to is a very, very small one, so I highly doubt they will get him back next year as well. So, I mean, they're probably going to be losing at least 2 all-star level players in this offseason, which could hurt them a ton. But then you look at the Rockets, who are probably the second best team in the conference right now. CP3 is going to be turning 35 next year. He is going to start dropping off pretty fast and pretty badly as the seasons keep going and as the years go along. And James Harden will be turning 30, so yeah, he will still be very good. But there is a chance that both of them will be taking at least a step back from what they were doing this year. And James Harden probably won't be as dominant of a player as we've seen him or as we're used to him being. But then the Denver Nuggets, they will most likely improve a lot, as they're very young. I mean, they have Michael Porter Jr., who fell extremely far in the draft to them, and I mean, they were able to get him. So I mean, if he comes back and is even half what he was supposed to be, he will be an absolute beast off their team. So I mean, there's a very high chance that the Denver Nuggets team that we know improves a lot. But I mean, after that, I mean, Portland, Utah, OKC, pretty much you get what you get. OKC doesn't have much cap room to work with. Utah, I mean, outside Donovan Mitchell, he's the only one that really has a chance of really developing. And I mean, Donovan Mitchell, he's good and everything, but I don't think he's good enough to carry a team past the second round. And then, I mean, Portland, CJ, Damian, and Enes Kanter and Yusuf Nurkic is pretty much all they got. And outside of them, they're not going to be improving a lot at all. As Yusuf Nurkic is at his ceiling, Damian Lillard, he has hit his ceiling, and CJ McCollum is probably about to, or if not already at his ceiling. So pretty much what you get out of the bottom teams of the West is what you're going to get. That's the best they're going to get. And the only team that really is going to improve over, stay or, get worse is the Denver Nuggets. So that's a very good sign for the Lakers, as they're probably going to be opening up some spots for the Lakers to make make it into the playoffs next year. And if you get LeBron into the playoffs, as we know, anything is possible. But unfortunately, guys, I'm here for video. So I want to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you think LeBron will ever lead this Lakers to the finals? Do you think he will ever lead them to the playoffs? I want to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. And if you did like the video, put a like button, subscribe button, and mean the word to me. I also have to thank you all guys for all the support y'all been showing. I'm so blessed to be here, and I cannot thank y'all enough. But like I said, it for this video. So if you did like the video, put a like button, and subscribe button, and mean the word to me. Hope you have a blessed day. Can I have a blessed day? So you need to have a blessed day. See you in the next video. Goodbye. Boo. Blah, blah, blah.